What's up, guys? This is Abated Mass of Flesh with an exclusive interview from JesusWired.com.
My name is Matthew. I do vocals for Abated Mass of Flesh.
Yeah. My name is Zach. I play guitar for Abated Mass of Flesh.
My name's Cade Dotson. I play drums.
What's the score?
31-24. If Georgia scores, it's going to be tied.
Back in December, I was working at Hot Topic part-time, and Cade, our drummer, came in and we was shopping around, and he saw I was wearing a Dying Fetus shirt, and he complimented it, and we started talking about Dying Fetus and brutal death metal and stuff like that. And he was like, I've been wanting to play that kind of music for the longest time, but I haven't found anybody out there that wanted to play that. And I was like, well, you know, we're looking for a drummer, and this is right after we released Brutal Death, so it was just me and Matthew at the time. And so he was all in for it, and we got together and started jamming out, and it's been almost a year now, so. Rottweiler Records was having issues with a distribution company, and anything that took place with that was kind of out of our hands, so they just kind of, I guess, sorted it out. So.
Alright, my favorite song off of Brutal Death would be Iniquitous Decimation. The reason why is just the grooviness and the slamminess. Also, my favorite song off the Omen King would be Vital Extrication because of the guest vocals. Jacob did a really good job, and I really love that song.
My favorite song off the Omen King would have to be Iniquitous Decimation, because as soon as it starts, it just hits hard and then keeps a steady slam and groove throughout the rest of the song. Off of Brutal Death, I'd probably have to say The Killer in Me is my favorite song, because it's more personal to me lyrically, and it just has that same consistent groove that keeps you headbanging through the whole song.
My favorite song off Brutal Death is Mouth of the Tomb, and my favorite song off the Omen King would have to be Gathering Strength.
The fans seem to like Vital Extrication just because it's got a little bit more breakdowns in it, and the crowd really seems to move a lot during that song. Plus, it's our last song on our set list, so they seem to bring the energy more.
Well, when you think about the word omen, it's kind of like a phenomenon that's believed to foretell the future. So the Omen King is kind of like a representation of self-worship, kind of like like forgetting the wrath to come to those who aren't in Christ. The wrath is death. So it's pretty much like spending your whole life consumed in self-worship, only caring about yourself and what's in it for you, and always supplying yourself with your own riches while unaware of the war that you're waging on yourself. We had a lot of fun in the studio. We went to a buddy of ours, and it was just an awesome experience. We all just hung out. It was really laid back. We had a lot of freedom to do what we wanted to, so there's really no restrictions to how we wanted things to sound. So we had a lot of our own input and things like that. You'll get a very natural sound on the record because we didn't play to a metronome or a click track, so you're getting like an actual feel as you would hear us play live.
Any fan that comes to an Abated show would definitely be in store for a very brutal, heavy experience. Yeah, I would, not to sound conceited, but I would definitely consider ourselves to be a generally good live band, very powerful live experience. Yes.
Sick show, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, man, you guys are like so brutal,
Thanks,
man.
dude.
Like the
Thank
way
you,
you
man.
guys do that slam
Oh, yeah,
and
dude.
throw the freaking pig squills in there. You know, it's freaking brutal, man.
You dropped your glasses.
What? Hey, you got some food over here? The biggest show we played so far was probably out in Arkansas. We had a show in Arkansas. It was like a mini tour. We went to Arkansas and then to Texas, but maybe not like as many people. Like it wasn't like a huge amount of people, but it was huge to us because of how receptive people were down there towards what we were doing. The support was just amazing at that show, and they have a really good slam scene out there, and it was just really fun hanging out with Broken Flesh and watching them perform and getting to know those dudes as well.
We've only been on one tour, and it was with Broken Flesh, and the worst experience would be me backing up and hitting a pole and leaving a big dent in the back of our van. Other than that, the tour was awesome.
As Christians, we're called to live out our faith. So, you know, the way I talk to people, the way I interact with people, because you want to listen to them, you want to care for them, you want to love them, and you want to be there for them. And I think that speaks a lot to these people, going into really dark places and playing, and people have been through crazy things, you know, and, you know, for them to recognize that you're a Christian man and that you stand on your faith and you share your concern, your compassion, and your love for them, and you accept them, I think it just blows their mind to see that, and I think it's awesome just to, you know, embrace people with open arms in places like that and let them know that, you know, we love you, we're here for you if you need anything, you know, that's what we're here for.
That's a tough question. I'd love to tour with a lot of bands, but somebody did say that they wanted us to go on tour with Broken Flesh, Impending Doom, and A Hill to Die Upon. So I would definitely do that. That would be a lot of fun. I don't really have a favorite band because I have so much music. So really, whatever shirt you see me wearing is, I like that band. So
My favorite band, that's way too hard of an answer to narrow it down to just one band because I like so many and so many have changed through the years, for better or for worse. So I would have to narrow it down to three, and that would be Animosity, Between the Buried Me, and Dying Fetus.
I always have a lot of trouble when it comes to this question because there's just a lot of different bands we listen to. You know, we all like brutal death metal. You know, we listen to some deathcore, metalcore. We like some new metal, anything with a lot of groove, anything that slams or packs a punch behind it. We pretty much listen to, but that's pretty much it.
The Faceless, The Ancient Covenant.
Lately I've been listening to the Johnny Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza's new album, The Alpha and Omega.
Some cerebral incubation, cephalotripsy, euphoric defilement, a little bit of epicardectomy. As such, I don't know, just a little bit of everything. Bought Oceano's new album the other day. It's really good too. It's a variety of different stuff.
The reason why I'm a Christian is because I can't see myself living in hell eternally. That I have to have God. I have to have something more. Because I'm living for something, you know. I have to live for something. I can't just be put on this earth and just do whatever and die and go straight to hell. That's not my intentions.
What it means to me to be a true Christian is to fully give your heart to the Lord and to Jesus Christ, and to live as good of a life and be as good to your neighbor as you possibly can.
Knowing God, loving God, and serving God. You know, and loving other people as well, the same way Jesus would. You know, just kind of living out your faith in Jesus, you know, and treating people the way Jesus treated people, and just show concern and compassion and love for one another, you know, and just share that with other people. Nobody's perfect, you know, and God's not calling us to be perfect people, you know. He's calling us to love one another, and that's just kind of what it means to me to be a Christian, is just to, you know, be a compassionate person and a compassionate servant for Jesus.
I like praise and worship music. I don't just listen to strictly to metal. That I really like. It helps me keep calm and relaxes me to listen to praise and worship music.
I actually listen to a lot of praise and worship music. I listen to it every night when I go to bed. Actually, it's like Matthew said earlier. You know, it sets the mood. I got to be in the right mood for it. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood to hear freaking Cerebral Bore, and the next day I want to hear Phil Wickham. We're an odd breed of people, but yeah, definitely. I listen to it all the time.
I see Abated Mass of Flesh. I still see Abated Mass of Flesh, still doing the same thing, playing shows, releasing CDs, and wherever God wants to take it.
My hopes for the future for Abated Mass of Flesh is to just keep playing as brutal music as possible and just keep going strong as long as we can until I can't play no more.
I really hope to be hanging out with the same guys doing the same thing. You know, we really love hanging out with each other and just making brutal music and going to shows and meeting new people and hanging out and having fun, fellowship. You know, that's just, I love doing it, man. I wouldn't have it any other way, and that's just what I want to see us keep doing. You know, just traveling new grounds and you know, letting God take us wherever He wants us to go.
In 20 years, I see myself still playing for Abated Mass of Flesh and going on tour and playing shows.
In 20 years, I hope to see us in the same wasp, spider, and snake-infested garage playing brutal, gore-grinding music.
In 20 years, I see myself owning most of the T-Mobile buildings and running the whole corporation. Actually, I'm going to be corporate. I'm moving to New York City actually to start off my training, and I'll have my own office and everything. So I won't be in Abated Mass of Flesh for too long because I'm going to be running T-Mobile.